Hi, today we're going to be showing you how to make a mini photo album for the Polaroid or the Instax Mini photo album, you know, the mini pictures like this. So
these have so you can just slide the Polaroid
into the little pockets like that. If you don't have a Polaroid, you can also just use it to make little tags or cut down photos, but the dimensions are going to be to fit the little mini Polaroid pictures. So here's some examples that we made. So this one has 8 pockets,
and this one has
12 pockets.
So it looks a little thicker, but it basically still looks the same.
It kind of depends on the weight of the paper that you use. This is all kind of just kind of light to medium weight paper.
And this one, it doesn't have a ribbon closure. It uses rubber bands, and if you have any Rainbow Loom rubber bands, you can use this as a closure as well. And it was made with a fabric back
cover. Okay, so to get started, you're going to need an 8 by 12 sheet of paper. And for each 8 by 12 sheet of paper, it will make 4 pockets. So depending on, you know, how many pockets you want, we're going to make our book with 8 pockets. So we're going to use 2 sheets of paper that are cut from 8 to 12. You'll also need 1 additional sheet of paper cut to 4 by 5 inches. And the paper that we used is from the Hello Kitty paper pad that we got at Michael's a while ago, but it had some cute prints, so we're going to do a Hello Kitty photo book today. Okay, so to start off, it's really helpful if you have a scoreboard. It's not completely necessary, but it really does make it a lot easier when scoring the pages. So we're going to put it in with the long horizontal edge first. Score at 2.5, at 5, at 7.5, and at 10. Okay, so and then you're going to turn the paper, and then on the shorter edge, we're going to be scoring at 2.25 and at 5.75 inches. So do that for each sheet that you make. So if you want your photo book to have the printed areas here with the tabs, you're going to be folding your paper with the printed side down. If you prefer to have the printed edges on this area, you'll do it the opposite. Okay. So if you notice on your paper, you should have 4 sections that are 2.5 inches each, but you'll have one section that's a little bit smaller. It's only 2 inches. You're going to cut from here to this score line here. Okay. Then you're going to skip 1 score line and cut here. Okay. Now you're going to flip your paper around and cut on the same sections across from there. Okay, and you'll do that for each of your sheets as well. Okay, now you're going to start folding in from the, this is one of the 2.5 inch sections. You're going to fold it in from the corner to the score line, and then you'll do that with the adjoining section there to kind of form this triangle shape. Repeat that for the next section and also for the opposite edge. Okay, so now fold in the triangle section into the center like that. And you're going to do that on all all the four triangle sections. Okay, so it should look like that. Now you're going to start accordion folding from the edge. Make sure the first one folds up, and then you'll go, the next one will be down, and then up, and then you'll have this last section. There you're just going to fold the tabs in, and this is going to be your connector to your next set of pages. So repeat that for your all your pieces of paper, and at the end it should look like this. So you have, here we made the two, so then one tab will fit into the next one, and you can kind of open up the flaps, but just, and then fold it back down, and that'll connect it to the next set of books or set of pages. Okay, so it'll look something like that. Okay. One other thing you probably want to check is make sure you're kind of consistent with the tabs. So, you know, if you want the top tab to be covering the bottom tab, just make sure you're consistent with each. So you see, like this one is reversed, so just make sure they're all consistent. Okay, so now I like to go in and put a little bit of glue just right here under the little tab, just a little piece, just to hold it in place. Don't go down too far, because otherwise it'll overlap. You just want it just on the little tip, just to hold the flap down, just to reinforce. Okay, so we'll do that for each section. And actually, before we do this one, I think we're also going to just reinforce this page down. So we're just going to put just a little bit, and maybe one along this edge here. And that's going to basically secure it so that it's going to stay together. Okay, so then we'll put this one back up, that one down, and then close that up. Okay, so now your book looks like that. Okay, and then one other thing that you might want to do is, if you flip it over, just to reinforce the back too, I like to just put like a little strip of tape at each section, just to kind of hold it all together. So put just a little bit of adhesive on each of those, like that. Okay, so now you'll notice there's one side that has the flap, but the other side doesn't. So we're going to make a flap to fit here, so then we can stick it into the book cover. So that's where you take your 4x5 sheet of paper, and with this one you're going to score at the 1/2 inch line, and also at the 4-inch line. And then turn it the short way, and now we're going to score it at 2 3/8, which may be kind of a hard marking to find, but basically we just want it to be 1 notch smaller than the 2 1/2. So just a little bit smaller than the 2 1/2, basically. Okay, so then we're just going to fold on all of those score lines that you just made, like that. Okay, and now this is going to fit into the front section. Well, actually, we probably should have fit that in before we, so then we could have glued it down too. So before we did the tab, actually, maybe I'll just open it. But you can just fit that in. Actually, I'll probably put a little bit of glue there. Okay. And then it still has the sticky there. So, okay, so now we have the connector on both ends. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to show you how to make the book cover.